MLC is a very hot podcast right now. I've been clicking on it and fooling around in the chat room a little bit.
Is that really you in the chat room?
Yeah, it is. I fool around a little bit. It's fun.
We always thought it was a fake Opie.
No, it's fun, man. And maybe one of these days I'll go on it. But you guys got a lot of heat.
Even Kevin Brennan. Listen, Kevin Brennan gives you credit. Kevin Brennan, listen, he's been a legit comic forever. He was a New York legend, and he just kind of fell off when the internet took. And you brought him on the show, and Opie, I swear to God, I remember listening to your show with him and Florentine in studio. I call it the Kevin Brennan coming out party. Right. Where he just started trashing Neil for the first time and Nick Swartzen. I was listening in the car in Cleveland, Ohio, and I was texting Jim. I go, this is radio gold. This guy's awesome. Yeah. I knew who he was as a comic, but I never knew he was that hilarious.
I'll be honest with you, the same thing, because we were privy to having a connection with all the New York City comics, and Kevin Brennan came on the show like late in the process. And I'm like, where the F has this guy been all these years? I missed out because he should have been a regular on the show. You know, I don't know why he fell through the cracks as well, but yeah, he just absolutely killed on the show. And yeah, I was the one that brought him into radio first.
Yeah, no, and I remember you were like, you kind of gave him his heat. I remember you were jacking up his Twitter followers. I remember all of it, and he killed every time he was on the show. And that's how I knew who Kevin was as a comic. But and then next thing you know, I knew Neil. I was friends with Neil, and then I became friends with Kevin, and I don't know. They call our relationship of Walter White Jesse relationship.
Right. I tell this story. I've told it a couple times. Like, Kevin is very talented, of course, and you guys are obviously onto something. I mean, when I checked out the live stream, you got well over 1,000 people. I mean, you guys are just crushing it. But I told Kevin personally too this. He did a show with me and Brother Weeze.
Wait, hey, by the way to leave this one up. Chance of Psycho Florida.
Oh, sorry. I didn't do that on purpose. I didn't do that on purpose. I'll tell you what happened.
But it was just
because that happens a lot. No, what's so funny? So I take these live streams and I cut them up into videos.
Yeah.
And I don't read a lot of these comments. I'm just trying to give people a little time on I call it the big screen, right?
Yeah.
And I'll be I'll be editing a video that I want to put on YouTube, and I'll have some deep thought about this or that or comedy or whatever. And then there's the most horrific thing about me on the screen that I didn't notice that I gotta keep on there because it's part of my video now. So I promise I didn't do that on purpose. Where was I? So sorry about that. Let me get a good one. I can't
listen. I'm on Kevin's show, so I'm used to it. It doesn't bother me.
I can't find a good one. I'm not kidding. So Kevin, like, obviously he does the anger thing really, really well, and I would never tell him to stop that. Mm-hmm. But he did a show with me and Brother Weeze. I'll never forget it, where he let his guard down, and he wasn't angry Kevin, and it was a great listen. And it was me, it was Brother Weeze, Kevin Brennan. I'm trying to remember who else was in the studio.
I think I heard everything Kevin did on your show too.
So it was like a softer side, and I'm like, I encourage Kevin to do a little more of that, but who am I, man? I mean, you guys are talking to way more people than me.